Sure, I'm Bernie Traurig. I live near San Diego, California, and I was invited here by Kathy Pierre to help some of the young, upcoming Bahamian riders develop their skills and encourage them with goals, and hopefully some of them will aspire to make the Olympic team. I know we already have a couple of them here who have those goals. It was very nice. And I'm giving them some basic skills and homework for them to do. So when I leave here, they can practice the skills that we've done here. We have a wonderful website called equestriancoach.com. That website has over 200 training topics on it now by myself, world-class riders and Olympians. It's a fabulous resource for riders to train, especially riders that are a little bit remote, that aren't in the hub of the things, as some others have that more luxury. And there's been a lot of interest in that, which is good because it's a wonderful educational tool. Now that said, we have a lot of great trainers here on the island. I'm very impressed with them. Basics are good. Basics are very good. And that helps. It's all about basics. So the trainers are on the right track. The kids have great attitudes. The people are wonderful. I've had great treatment here. I'm anxious to come back. I was educated, luckily, by some great masters of the sport. I had Litauer for 6 years as a junior. I had Denemethy, which was a coach of our Olympic team for 45 years. 25 years. I've had Bill Steinkraus, fabulous instructors. I've been very fortunate in my life to be educated well. I've delved into 3 different Olympic disciplines myself as far as riding. I was on the show jumping team several times. I've represented our country in the World Championships in Dublin, many times in national events, many times in international events. I started on the Olympic team with the eventing sport when I got out of high school. And so I did the eventing, and I also dabbled in the dressage, and I was shortlisted for our Olympic Games and World Championship team in the dressage sport. So I always say I've sort of had education at the top levels of 3 different disciplines, which is a little bit unique. But I had a passion to learn a lot. So I'm very much into study and education, and I try to, now in my life, I don't compete anymore. My job is to pass that education along. I'm a teacher now, and I love to teach. I have a passion for it, and it's my ambition now to try to make everybody better.
Wonderful. Can you speak a little bit about the number of hours required to make it to the highest level of your sport?
Well, you know, it takes a lot of riding to be good. You have to ride a lot. So some of us are stifled with, well, we only have 1 horse or this horse or that horse. So you have to find ways to enhance your training sessions. Borrow a horse, rent a horse, lease a horse. You need a good practice horse or 2, and then you need a nice show horse if you're going to reach that level. So time in the saddle, there's no replacement for time in the saddle. You think about how much time a swimmer puts in, right? A swimmer, how much time they do. Well, we don't often have that kind of time to devote to the sport, but if you have a couple, 3 hours a day, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Okay. Can you say some of the other things that are required to make it to the highest level?
You know, what inspires a rider to want to be an Olympic rider? Passion, dedication, work ethic. You have to be a worker. So, discipline, great discipline, great desire to go out there and drill yourself, and I mean drill yourself, not be coached every day, but be able to self-teach yourself. I grew up with homework every 2 weeks. My teacher would come as a junior, give me homework, and I would practice. You have to practice hard on your own. And then you need a great coach. You need a great horse. And I think you have to have a great visual ability to watch some greats. You can see them live, you can see them on YouTube, and apply some of their wonderful techniques that they do to your riding skills. So you take that in and you copy that. You have to have a good ability to do that. And I think when all those things come together, you've got a great shot to be a great athlete.
Okay, wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to say to up-and-coming
Yes, I think it's an expensive sport today. And then it's unfortunate that it's an expensive sport, because often we see talents that are greats that can't afford to get in the sport. And that's worldwide the same. It's not just here, it's the same in America, it's the same in other countries. And that's sad in a way, because you're a great athlete, you're a great tennis player, your tennis racket breaks, and you go buy another racket. This is difficult. We've got an animal to deal with, and sometimes these animals can be quite costly to reach, especially in the top of the sport. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But you find the way. You develop yourself, you outsource, you go become a working student for a top trainer who you think you can associate with and lease a horse from possibly, and apprentice with somebody great. And it's a stepping stone process. One thing leads to another. And the next thing you know, this guy, he says, you're good enough. I want you to ride for me. And maybe I'll pay you and give you a riding job. And the next thing you're in the sport, and you grow. You find the way. Even when you have no money, you can still find the way with limited funds.